Hey, I'm Jordan Lue', born and raised in Tampa, Florida. Currently work for Connecticut Innovations. We are the strategic venture capital arm for the state of Connecticut. We do equity and debt financing for early stage, high growth companies here in the state of Connecticut. Been here for about 3 years now. I live in Stamford, Connecticut. Yeah, that's me. Graduated in fall of 2021, or the end of summer of 2021. Significant postgraduate experience definitely has to just deal with the context of human resources and just people practices. I think, fundamentally, for a leadership and specifically a CEO, the most important thing that they have to do is resource allocation, capital allocation being number one, but not too far behind number two being human resource allocation. And so just to understand, a major, pressing point for leadership to kind of have to organize their companies is to make sure that their people feel comfortable, have the right processes in place, have the right support. So just giving that full context and that good idea of how this functions and how to best optimize for your employees has kind of been my best takeaway from the program and what I've learned and honestly what I apply daily. I'm currently working on a couple of interesting investment deals right now. Once again, I work for a venture capital arm, and what we do is essentially invest in early stage businesses. And so, yeah, right now, just going through a couple of diligence processes with one business, and then one we also do venture capital investing. So we'll invest into other venture funds and essentially be their limited partners to emerging fund managers. And so, working on a couple of those right now. So honestly, just kind of going through their data room, which essentially is just information on the business or on the fund, things that they've done in the past, where they plan to be in the future. So that's kind of two important projects I'm working on right now. Biggest surprise, and I don't even know if I would consider it quote unquote a surprise, but just more like, it just never fails to amaze me is just how important, one, psychology plays just in general in life and specifically in business, how that factors into day-to-day activities. But two, more importantly, just how important, your people are. And things don't work in vacuums here. You could be a very smart individual, very smart, business minded person, but it takes a village. And so having that ability to honestly understand your people, meet them halfway, meet them in the middle, understand what and what things, bring the best out of them is super important. And so, yeah, I mean, it just never fails to amaze me, how important it is. And even though sometimes it gets a rap of, it's okay. It's, anybody can do that job. It's actually very much an art. And although there are scientific principles that can be applied and, honestly scaled across different organizations, each individual company is its own project and, it takes different approaches to, honestly get the best out of people. And so context matters. And I think, yeah, just every day I'm reminded how much, people matter in this world. It's a little ironic given the fact that, yeah, duh, it makes sense, right? But it's just like we tend to overlook it and just think about numbers and products and solutions and not realizing that humans are all behind it. And so, yeah, it never fails to amaze me how it always just boils back down to people. And so it's super important to understand how to bring the best out of them.